Hello and welcome to a Talk with the Borregos. I'm your host, Santiago García, presenting tonight's topic, climate change. We have here Mr. Miguel Galván, who is an expert in meteorology, and Ximena García, an official climate change activist and investor on the Let's Change the World Foundation. Mr. Miguel, Ms. Ximena, welcome to the Best Night program. To start, do you think climate change exists?
Yes, I think climate change exists because of all the evidence we have nowadays, and not only scientific information that said, for example, about glaciers melting and the Earth's temperature rising, also about the flora and fauna that is being affected. Also, we can perceive winter is a lot shorter than it was some years ago, the scarcity of water in some cities, and the contamination of air.
So now, I don't think that climate change actually exists, as we have evidence that this could be once again another changing period of the Earth, just as we have gone through many ice ages way before the rise of humans. Also, the shortening of seasons or extension of them can in fact be just the change in Earth's magnetic field or the change in the behavior of the sun.
I don't agree with Mr. Miguel, although it is true that the Earth experienced changing periods thousands of years ago. These were changes that took lots of years, and in comparison, climate change is going at a very worrying rate.
Well, while the changing speed of the climate change has been rising, that could also be justified by the change in the sun's behavior as well as the recent solar storms.
Well, that was a very interesting answer. Now, for our next question, what consequences do you guys think the world is having and will have in the future due to climate
For the
change?
consequences to the future, we can take it back to what happened in previous times, such as the major extinctions. But looking at the technology that we currently have, it would be a very easy thing for humans to survive.
Some of the consequences of climate change will be the melting of glaciers, and in consequence, the rising of sea levels. And because of this, some cities will end underwater. Later, also the scarcity of resources like water or food, the extinction of different species of flora and fauna, the decreasing in human population, this because of the scarcity of resources, and the extreme climate conditions.
And for our last question of the night, what can be done to solve this big issue?
We can start driving less, recycling, reusing, and reducing the trash we make at home, avoid products with a lot of packaging, and changing the main energy power sources for renewable energy.
I mean, there's really only one way to do something about it, and it would be to protect humanity and all the things that we want to keep, as there's really nothing we can do to get the issue under control. When one of these changing cycles starts, it starts and there's no going back.
And before we end the program, we would like to hear some closing statements from our guests.
Climate change is very real, and it is affecting a lot of ecosystems and species around the world. We need to start doing some to reduce this. If we don't start doing it, there will be really bad consequences.
So, from what I've said so far, climate change is something that isn't caused by us humans. It's something that has been naturally occurring since the start of the world, and we were just unlucky enough to be trapped inside one of these events.
Thank you so much for coming here today. It was a pleasure to me. Mr. Miguel, I hope you solved the problem of the flood in the Sahara Desert. Ms. Ximena, I hope you can reach the goal of $1 trillion to your foundation. Next Friday in I'll Talk with the Borregos, we will be discussing the problem of rats in the school gyms. Once again, thank you for watching and see you next time.